Hello, my name is Rotexor and welcome to my guide for a Throwing Stars build in Fortnite Save the World. This build excels at doing ability damage with little to no downtime. The first thing you're going to need is the Llama Man himself, Swift Shuriken Lamurai. His commander perk is called Rapid Fire Plus, which reduces the cooldown of throwing stars by 65%. Rapid Fire Plus makes him the only viable commander for a Throwing Stars build, as the cooldown reduction is so crucial. Swift Shuriken Lamurai is from the Fortnite set. His abilities are Throwing Stars, Smoke Bomb, and Dragon Slash. Throwing Stars will be the main ability to use, but the other ones can certainly be useful as well. Next up is the team perk. For that slot I have chosen Round Trip. Round Trip makes your Throwing Stars return after hitting a wall or a certain distance. This perk may not be mandatory, but is certainly useful. If there's a wall behind your target, the shurikens will return immediately, effectively doubling the damage. It can also allow you to hit enemies you initially missed on the way back. Round Trip is gained from unlocking the Cloaked Star from the Blockbuster set. Another team perk you could go for is Preemptive Strike. Preemptive Strike will increase damage to undamaged husks by 6.5% per epic or legendary 4 or 5 star hero in the support slots. This means you can get up to 32.5% extra damage for the first hit on every husk. This only helps with undamaged husks, so once they have taken any damage, the perk does nothing, which is why I'm not the biggest fan of it for this build. One more team perk to look at could be Soaring Mantis, which lets you quadruple jump, so if you prefer mobility over damage, that will be your go-to team perk. Alright, so for the support heroes, these are the perks that I have chosen. I will be going over each of them individually, explaining why they were chosen. First up, we have Medicinal Fumes, which grants healing from your Smoke Bomb. Medicinal Fumes comes from Alchemist Sarah, a hero from the Holiday set. This perk is great as it means you don't need to waste Adrenaline Rush when you're just low on health, so you can save it for when you're in a pinch. Next support trait is Trained Throw, which reduces the energy cost of Throwing Stars by 33%. Trained Throw is the perk of Skirmisher Edge, a hero from the classic set. This perk is mandatory as you otherwise will run out of energy rather quickly. Next up is Cascade, which adds 1 extra throwing star to your final throw. Cascade is from Shuriken Master Sarah, another hero from the classic set. I like this trait as it widens the reach of the final throw, but I don't believe it will be mandatory at all. I've got 2 screenshots here of the returning throwing stars, showing the difference in the patterns. On the right side you can see the 1 extra star in the final throw. Second to last, we have Corrosive Stars for some extra energy affliction damage. Corrosive Stars is gained from Deadly Star Scorpion, yet another hero from the classic set. It's not a must-have, but extra damage is always nice. And finally, we have Fuel for the Fallen, which grants energy per second every time you get a kill. This perk is gained from Fallen Love Ranger Jonassy, who will be the only non-ninja featured in this build. Fallen Love Ranger Jonassy is from the Springtime set. Fuel for the Fallen, combined with Trained Throw, will be what lets you spam the throwing stars, so this one is also mandatory. Out of all these perks, I'd say only Trained Throw and Fuel for the Fallen are must-have, but the rest of them adds up nicely for a fine kit. If you want to experiment with this build, tell me in the comment section which perks you found to be better. For gadgets, I prefer going with the Stationary Hover Turret and Adrenaline Rush. The Hover Turret is an overall good gadget, and I would use them when there are a lot of enemies or during the mini-boss. Even though Smoke Bomb is really good for keeping you alive, I like having Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush is a good emergency heal, and can also be used if you just want to resurrect a fallen ally. This build has both some pros and some cons that I will be talking about next. The first upside with this build is that it is really good at clearing regular husks, so you mostly won't need to use your weapons, saving your durability and as a result, materials. Another great thing is that your throwing stars penetrate enemies, including shielders, making the shielders easy to kill. As for the downsides, the single target damage is not the best. This means that for mini-bosses and sometimes for smashers, you will need to pull out a weapon. Another con is that your throwing stars do not penetrate the Riot Husk's shields. A way to get around this is by using the team perk Round Trip and try to make them hit on the way back, but that can be somewhat difficult. I would definitely recommend this build, as it is tons of fun and very good at clearing husks. I'm going to end it with a few clips demonstrating the build.
Sure it can be you. That for you. Watch out. Watch eyes. Ooh, careful, this shark. Ain't happening. Take that. Ooh, careful, this shark. Okay. Look out! Watch eyes. Oh, this! Serious? Ha! Watch out! Smoke screen. Sure it can be you. Catch. Ah, little help here. Smash it.
These clips were from an eliminate and collect mission at power level 100. Hopefully they gave you a better understanding of the build and how to play it. I hope you enjoyed the video. A rating would be much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Peace!